So a few days ago, I released a video on my channel where I broke down one of the fastest ways that a beginner can start making money online from the comfort of their own home. And that video's done quite well. It's gone somewhat viral. And because it's gone viral, I've gotten a lot of questions from you guys that want me to elaborate on this side hustle in a bit more detail. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in today's video. And for those of you that never saw the previous video, let me just break down exactly how it works. So essentially what you're going to be doing is finding companies that do not have a website. And of course, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. After that, what you're going to do is contact each company via email or Instagram DMs. The third step is that you're then going to build the website for the company using AI so that you don't have to build the site yourself. And the final step is to, of course, make money from your house. This is a basic overview of exactly how it works, but today what I want to do is go through the 6 individual steps that you're going to need to take for you to get to the point of being able to make your first $100, $1,000, depending on how much effort you put into it. So let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into one of the first steps, which is to set up a way for you to collect money. Now, this is one of the most common questions that I got on the previous video. Most people ask me, Sam, how exactly am I going to receive money from the companies that want to pay me to build their website for them? Now, there's a number of different ways that you can receive money from companies, but I would say that the ideal option out there that I'm aware of is PayPal. Now, I personally use PayPal when it comes to receiving money from all of the different online businesses that I'm currently running, because as you can see, if I log into one of my PayPal accounts, and it's definitely my account because it has my name over here, if I just scroll down, these are all of the different payments that I'm receiving on a daily basis, again from the different online businesses that I'm building up at the moment. So when it comes to setting up a PayPal account, it's not really difficult. Of course, it's going to depend on your personal situation in terms of where you live and whether you have verification and stuff like that, but all you're simply going to do is go over to the PayPal homepage, go to sign up, and you can either set up a personal account or a business account. I would advise that you set up a personal account to begin with because you can always switch it over to a business account once your account has been approved. Now, you don't necessarily need to use PayPal when it comes to receiving money. You can also use your bank account if you want to, but most companies that you're going to reach out to are going to feel comfortable when it comes to sending a payment to a PayPal account rather than a personal bank account. And I am going to go away after this video and do a little bit more research when it comes to alternative options if you're not able to use PayPal. So look out for a video that's coming out real soon when it comes to options that you're going to be able to use if you don't have access to PayPal. But moving on to the second step that I would advise you guys to take if you're thinking about starting this side hustle, which is to understand how to use the website builder first. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you jump straight into it and start building websites for companies without actually testing out if you're able to do it in the best possible way. So my advice to any beginner out there is to create an account, maybe log in and see how it works, navigate it, play around with it, and by doing this, it's going to put you in a better position when it comes time for you to build a website for someone else. Now, you don't necessarily need to do this if you don't want to, but I would advise it because it just kind of speeds up the process when it does come time for a company to pay you to build their website for them. And to do this is not really difficult because all you need to do is create an account by clicking the link in my description down below. It's going to take you to a page that looks similar to this, or it may look like this. And what you're going to do from this point is come over here to where it says claim deal. And from this point, if you are just looking to test it out and understand exactly how it works, you can select the 1 month package if you want to. It's only going to cost you as little as $15. And then all you simply need to do is just fill out this information, put your details, create your account. And once you have created your account, you're going to be able to then access the AI website builder. So this is what the page is going to look like. All you need to do is click on start creating. And from here, you're going to be able to build as many websites as you want to. Well, when I say build as many websites, I mean test websites. So you're essentially going to be able to play around with this and understand exactly how it works. So to give you an example of what I'm talking about, let's say if I wanted to create a website for a made-up company called London Pet Groomers, and for website type, I'm going to be able to play around and select any one of these, but I'm just going to select Business Showcase. And for the description, I'm just going to type in a few sentences. Something as simple as, we are a pet grooming company that specializes in keeping loved pets clean, e.g. EG Cats and Dogs. We are based in London, and the aim of this website is to allow customers to book and see our portfolio. It doesn't need to be lengthy, it could be as simple as that, and then what you're going to do from this point is just click on create a website, and within a few seconds, Hostinger is then going to be able to come back with this fully built website. And the aim of this step is to see exactly how things work, see exactly how the AI website builder works, but most importantly, come over here to edit site, and this is where you're going to be able to make any revisions when it comes to all of the changes that the companies that you're going to work with may request. So if you need to change the text, you're going to be able to either change it yourself, or if you wanted to use the AI text writer, you can do that. Same thing goes with all of the images. So again, the main point of this step is to understand how the AI builder works, so that when it comes time for you to do a good job for all of the different companies you're going to work with, you're going to be able to execute things in a professional way. But this now brings me on to the next step, which is to build a list of leads. Now, what does leads mean exactly for those of you that's never heard this term or you don't understand it? Now, it's basically someone that has the potential to want the services that you're offering. So of course you're offering a service to build a website. So you're going to build up a list of potential companies that would be happy to pay you for you to build their website for them. And there's a number of different ways that you can figure out which companies do or don't have a website. But one of the methods that I personally use is to use Google Maps, because you're going to be able to come onto it just like this. And from here, you're going to type in any type of company. So I'm going to start off, or I'm going to use the example of a pet grooming company, and I'm going to focus on the Bedfordshire location in the UK. Now, it's always good to try and find companies that are outside of popular cities, because chances are they probably don't have a website. So Bedfordshire obviously isn't as popular as London, so I'm just going to type in that and then click on search. And the way you're going to be able to figure out which companies do and don't have a website is simply with this icon over here. So this company has a website, this one has a website, this one doesn't have a website, and this one doesn't have a website too. Now, most beginners end up getting stuck on this stage because they're not able to figure out how to find the contact details for the companies that don't have a website. Now, the way that you're going to do that is just simply click into it just like this, copy the name of the company just like that, come over to Google, paste the name of the company and type in Facebook. And I would say 50% of the time the company has a Facebook account, and I would also say 9 times out of 10 you're going to be able to find the company's email address right here. So you're going to repeat this process over and over again and simply build up a list of email addresses. As you can see, I've done over here. These are just made up email addresses to illustrate the point, but the more email addresses you're able to build up, the higher chance of you being able to make money with this side hustle is going to be possible, because of course you're going to have more leads to be able to contact. And this swiftly brings me on to the fourth step, which is to of course start contacting each company that you find. Now, with this step, I would advise that you get a professional email address. You can go over to websites like GoDaddy and buy a professional email for less than $20, maybe $10. So you want to avoid using things like @gmail.com, @Outlook. You want to try and build a professional company, or at least have a professional presence once you do start contacting each and every single company that you're going to reach out to. And when it comes to writing the emails, you're going to be able to use AI tools like ChatGPT, WriteSonic, when it comes to giving you the email sequence. I've got another video coming out on exactly how you can do this in the best possible way, and which email marketing software you should use for you to automate the entire email process. So make sure that you subscribe down below, hit the bell notification so that you don't miss that future video that's going to be coming out in the next week or so. But I would say that those are some of the most important things that you need to know when it does come time for you to start contacting each company. And of course, during this step as well, you want to make sure that you're negotiating with the company, coming to some sort of an agreement when it comes to the price. And I would estimate that you should charge minimum $250, maybe $300. Of course, you can charge much more than that if you want to, if the website is going to be a little bit more complex. But once you do get to the stage of negotiating the price with the company that you're communicating with, just make sure that you use the link in my description. Come onto Hostinger, because that link is going to be able to give you a discount, which of course is going to allow you to make more profit. And you're going to have to create a brand new Hostinger account for every single company that you're working with. And also make sure that you come on here and select whatever duration the company wants the website for, because this is going to be able to give you a better idea of the price. And also make sure that you come down here to the coupon section and use this coupon code Success with Sam, because again, it's going to be able to give you a bigger discount, which is going to allow you to earn more profit and keep more money in your pocket. But as you can see, if a company wanted a website for 2 years, it's going to cost a total of $74. So you want to make sure that you're charging more than that. E.g., if you charge around $300, this is going to leave you with around $200 profit. So those are the most important important things that you need to know during this step over here once you do start contacting each company, once you're negotiating the deals with them, and once everyone is happy, you're happy with the price, the company's happy with the price, the next step after that is to start building the website. Now, I've already shown you an example of exactly how building the website works and how easy it is. And of course, you want to make sure that before you even build the website for the company, you ask them if they've got any specifications in terms of how they want the website to look, what specific information they want on the homepage, how many pages do they want. And at this stage, this is where you're going to be able to add any element, you're going to be able to add any page that you want as well. The website builder is going to be able to essentially build the foundation of the site, but you're going to work with the company and make sure that you've got the site to a standard that they're happy with. Because if you're able to do a good job, then they're going to recommend you to their friends, to other businesses, and that's going to lead to more and more money in your pocket. But moving on to the next step, once you've completed the website for the company that you're working with, you're of course going to make sure that you've received the money in your bank account, PayPal account, however you're going to receive the money. Once that's been confirmed, that's when you're now going to hand over the login details to the company for the website. So this is something else I wanted to clarify. I got a lot of questions asking, Sam, do I keep the login details for the website or do I give it to the company? And you're going to give it to the company because of course the website belongs to them. But you're only going to do that once you've received the funds and both parties are happy, you're happy and they're happy. And when it comes to handing the login details over to them, this isn't difficult. All you're simply going to do is change the email address. If you use the specific email address to create the Hostinger account, you're going to switch it over to their one, and you're also going to give them the password that's going to allow them to log in and update the password to whatever they want. But of course, the company that you're working with may want to add you as an admin or a user on the back end of the site, just in case they want to make any changes in the future. And I would advise that you do this service for free, but you can also charge an ongoing fee when it comes to any amendments that the company might want to make to the site. But I would say that those are the most important steps that you need to be aware of. Of course, I went through all of the basic things. I'm going to be releasing more videos on this topic, breaking down more things that you need to know for you to be able to do this in the best possible way. I truly believe that this is one of the easiest side hustles that a beginner can start from the comfort of their own home, because you don't need to invest thousands of dollars when it comes to getting started, and you don't necessarily need any major expertise to do this because AI is going to build the website for you. Now, if you're enjoying this type of content, press the like button. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you don't miss all the future videos that I'm going to be releasing. And make sure that you also subscribe to my free email newsletter by clicking the first link in my description down below. I'm going to be sending a free email every single week to help you on your money making journey. So you're going to be able to sign up for that by clicking the first link in the description. And if you also wanted to watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago where I break down some other things that you need to know about this side hustle, things that I might have not mentioned, then make sure you click the link over there. Check that out straight after this one because it's already helped out thousands of people and I'm sure that it's going to help you out too. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.